Morning, guys. It's Brian from Hashware Hub. It's about 8:23 a.m. Eastern Time, April 6, 2018. And we are coming to you with a brand new trading video on Bitcoin. But first, if you're new to us, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you're on YouTube. And if you're at DTube and Steam it, please subscribe to us there as well. And upvote or resteam would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you're watching our video, please hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. It definitely helps us quite a bit, and we'd love to keep that up. This way, our videos are seen by more people, and I feel like people are getting some useful information out of it. So I think more people may want to as well. So let's get right on into it here. So actually, not much has really happened. We've been kind of in this sideways momentum for some time here. We have this here, and we have this here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick. All right, we're back. So, yeah, so we've gone sideways here for much of the day. I think when we made the video last, we were somewhere around here or here. I don't remember exactly, but and how we're looking at this is a large A, a B, and a C, okay? And then possibly another bunch of legs coming down. So, where does this look like? This looks like, an A, a B, and a C, right? So we would have a 5, 3, and a 5. So in other words, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up. So this, yeah, it could totally be 5 waves down. This could be, the ABC, A, B, C, and we could have another 5 waves coming down. Where these 5 waves comes down, it's really anybody's guess. If we were to have something that is a similar in size, yeah, it makes sense. We could come down to this 6,000 level, somewhere right around here. It makes total sense. So, and the reason why I say it makes sense is because we also have this, trend line, the bottom of this descending wedge right here. So, the B, I had it drawn here, but, I'm going to move it here a bit. It could be down here. It could be up here. I'm just leaving it here. I'm not really sure what the price target is. But what I do know is that we have this going on right here at this, call it about 5,929 level, right? This bottom right here. So we could possibly, you could have something that looks like this, right? It would be pretty drastic, but it could happen. And it also is the bottom of this wedge, pretty accurately. That brings us down to about that 5,900 level. And things start getting pretty scary down there again, right? I think that's why we're starting to see like a lot of sideways momentum. You see it here, you see it here, is because if we start breaching these levels, well, it just doesn't look so good. So we have this other trend line here, remember, that we had drawn right here. And the market's not stopping right on top of it, but it'll be interesting to see what happens when it gets to it. I'm not trying to say the market's going to stop here. I'm just, it could be a place just to see if this is something that's going to play out in the future. So and you'll notice this as I do my videos. I test a lot of things, right? I test a lot of different lines. I test a lot of different trends that could possibly be going on, so I can see what could possibly happen in the future. So the next thing I want to take a look at is we are seeing some buy volume come in to defend this level, at least right here, right? Nothing too much coming on, along these levels right here, but then all of a sudden we drop down, to here, which is about the 6,564 level, and then we have some buy volume coming in. We don't see it again happening here, but another thing I want to mention is that we had this right triangle, right, where we have basically these bottoms, which are right about here. This level is about almost 6,600, right? It's just about 6,600 level. And we're hovering right around that right now, right? We kissed it yesterday. We came back up. Basically spent the whole day kind of going sideways until we came back down, shot down below it, and now we're kind of testing it again. So, I mean, the next break really is this swing low right here, about 64.25, somewhere to call it right, somewhere around there. So, we do have some levels that we need to get below, some support levels that we need to get below before we kind of get down to this bottom of this descending wedge. But what leads me to believe the more we hang out here, the more powerful this is going to come down, right? Because there's just so long we can kind of go sideways. Markets are like that. Yes, I know we sold off here, but it didn't really make any new low or give us really much any more information other than the fact that the tendency of the market is to go down. But we already knew that, right? So, excuse me. What we have is obviously, you know, what's happening is this kind of triangle again. And like I mentioned yesterday, it's a similar story. You know, we're really not going to slip out the back door with this. It doesn't really happen all that often. So, you know, much to say similar to yesterday. Another thing I want to take a look at is, you know, RSI, you know, just was not able to break above. Just was not able to. It tried right here, right, and it just was not able to do it. And our 1 hour resistance level, about $6,830, has, you know, been, you know, it's great. It's a great wall that the market has adhered to. So here, you know, we when we sold off, you know, basically we just gave up on this, you know, 50 level of this horizontal RSI. At the same time, you know, on-balance volume has just continued to just, I mean, you know, yesterday we were talking about, I think we were talking about like this, right? And then we had this little blip up, and then we have kind of the same going on, right? So we could draw something like this now, right? So you know, we're still kind of in this, as far as volume is concerned, you know, the volume is just being sucked out of the market. And that's not good for the bulls. The bulls need volume. To go down, you don't need volume. To go up, you need volume. So that's what's going on there. Let's update the resistance levels. The 1 hour resistance level is going to turn to 6,693. $693. Okay, and you know, that makes sense. You know, this, we had this kind of peak right here. We have this the bottom right here, and we draw a trend line, kind of almost approximating the two, right? Next, 4 hour resistance level is 6,874. So 4 hour resistance level is 6,874. And, you know, that kind of makes sense too. That kind of is replacing the 1 hour resistance level at these tops right here. So, you know, again, these are two levels that the market needs to break through to the upside, which just proves more resistance than what we have. We have the 55 EMA. We have the 200 moving average. We have this green line. We also have this red line, right? We also have the 4 hour resistance level. We have the 1 hour resistance level. And then if we go even more, we have this red line, this bottom trend line, right? That comes from all the way from the bottoms here. So we need substantial volume, in my opinion, to get above all this. Really, something needs to come out fundamentally, I believe, in order for us to continue, not continue, but to make a move up, a significant move up, breaking through all of this and continue it going on. Even if we go ahead and let's say we're to stop here and we just go up, I'm still expecting a C wave, right? What all that would tell me is that maybe there is a little bit more bullish sentiment because the B wave didn't really come down to the same level where the A wave started, right? And what I am expecting is that the B wave comes down low because I'm thinking sentiment is bearish, not bullish. Okay. Also, we have this descending wedge, right? And we have this line coming down here, right? And we have this significant, these bottoms right here, which is also a wedge, right? So, a right triangle wedge. So, and which is a bearish thing. So there's a lot of bearish kind of formations going on here, which leads me to believe that this B is going to be low. We also have this bottom right here, right? And this bottom right here is something I think the market's going to want to touch again. So, hopefully in the next few days we can kind of wrap this up and we'll know what we have. As far as trading is concerned, if you're aggressive, yeah, I mean, you can, kind of wait for this thing to break down again, assuming it's going to break below this, and set a target somewhere around this level, this 59.50 level. But I would set it above it, right? And that would be, kind of risky trade. I would have I would use either like the 1 hour resistance or the 4 hour resistance as a stop loss level. But really what I'm waiting for is panic. I'm waiting for panic, especially around these levels and lower, where I start buying and then I start riding it back up. I start riding it back up to this level, this 5,900. So that's my game plan. Your game plan is your game plan. you use our information however you see fit. And that's really about it. I'll speak to you guys soon. Have a great day.